English is more than just a language. It's a bridge to a world of opportunities. It connects people from all walks of life, allowing us to communicate and share ideas. It opens doors, whether it's for education, career, or personal growth. For many, learning English can feel overwhelming, but the journey is worth it. Imagine you're standing in front of a crowd, your heart racing, your hands trembling. You want to speak, but the words won't come. You've practiced, you've read, you've watched videos, but still, speaking confidently in English feels like a distant dream. This story will help you understand why English is so important, how to overcome your fears, and how you can improve in just 7 days. One of the best ways to learn English is through stories. Stories are not just for entertainment. They are powerful tools for learning. They show us how language is used in real life, helping us understand sentence structure, vocabulary, and pronunciation in context. When you listen to stories, you not only hear words, but also feel the emotions behind them. Listening is key to learning any language, but many people don't realize just how powerful it is. When you listen, you absorb language naturally. You hear how native speakers talk, how they use tone, pause, and rhythm. This helps you understand the flow of conversation. The secret to becoming fluent is not just speaking, but listening with focus. There are simple but effective tips for listening better. First, listen every day. Even if it's just for a few minutes, consistency matters. Second, don't worry about understanding every single word. Instead, focus on the overall meaning. Over time, your brain will start to fill in the gaps. You'll begin to recognize familiar words, and your listening skills will improve. To speak confidently, you must practice regularly. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. That's part of the process. Every time you try to speak, you get closer to your goal. Speak with whoever is willing to listen, even if it's just yourself. Record your voice and listen to it. You'll notice areas where you can improve, and that's where the real growth happens. Deep down, you might feel discouraged. It's normal to struggle, especially when you're learning something new. You might feel like you're not making any progress, or you might get frustrated by how hard it is. But remember, every struggle is a step forward. The most successful people didn't get there easily. They worked hard, they failed, and they got back up again. Sometimes the hardest part of learning a new language is the fear of judgment. What if people laugh at you? What if they don't understand you? These fears are real, but they don't define your journey. The people who matter will encourage you, not judge you. And those who might laugh, they've probably been in your shoes too. Imagine a mother sitting quietly at night, her eyes filled with tears. She's been trying to learn English for months, all while taking care of her children. She's tired, and her progress feels slow. But one day, her child comes to her with a book in English. "Mom, I'm learning English," the child says. The mother smiles through her tears, because she realizes that her struggle is worth it, not just for herself, but for her family. This is the heart of the journey. Learning English is not just about the words. It's about the moments, the sacrifices, the quiet victories. It's about finding the courage to keep going when you want to give up. Every step, no matter how small, is progress. And one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. As you continue your journey to better English, remember that it's not a race. It's a personal journey. There will be days when you feel like you're not improving, and that's okay. The key is to keep going, even on the tough days. With every word you learn, with every conversation you have, you are moving forward. The road to confidence in speaking English is not always easy. There will be moments of doubt, moments when you feel like you can't do it. But deep within you is the strength to keep pushing forward. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to keep going, one word at a time, one sentence at a time. As you continue, there will be times when you feel alone in this journey. It's easy to look around and see others speaking fluently, while you're still struggling to form sentences. But the truth is, everyone starts somewhere. Even the most fluent speakers once stood where you are now. They had doubts, they had struggles, but they kept going. The key to overcoming these doubts is self-belief. You must believe that, with time, you will improve. It's not about being perfect, but about making progress every day. And when you feel discouraged, remember the small victories. That moment when you understood something new, or the time you confidently spoke to someone in English, even if it was just for a few sentences. These moments are the building blocks of your journey. One day, you might find yourself in a situation where you need to speak English, perhaps for a job interview or while traveling. You might feel nervous, your palms sweaty, your heart racing. But remember, this is where all your hard work pays off. The practice, the listening, the speaking, it all comes together in that moment. And when you speak, you'll feel a sense of pride, not just because you were able to communicate, but because you know how hard you worked to get there. It's important to remember that learning English is not just about memorizing words and grammar. It's about understanding the culture, the emotions, and the history that come with the language. Every word has a story. Every sentence has a purpose. When you listen to stories in English, you're not just learning language. You're learning about life, about the world, and about yourself. Sometimes, learning feels like climbing a mountain. The peak is so far away, and the path is steep, but step by step, you get closer. And when you finally reach the top, you'll look back and see how far you've come. The journey may have been difficult, but it was worth it, because at the top, you'll realize that you've not only learned English, you've learned the power of perseverance. In those quiet moments, when you're practicing alone, you might feel like no one is noticing. But the truth is, every time you practice, you're getting better. Every time you speak, you're becoming more confident. These small moments are the foundation of your success. You may not see it now, but one day you'll look back and realize that those quiet moments of struggle were the key to your progress. And as you continue your journey, you'll discover something beautiful. Language is not just about words. It's about connection. When you can speak English, you open yourself up to a whole new world. You can connect with people from different countries, different cultures, and different backgrounds. You can share your thoughts, your dreams, and your stories. Think about the first time you tried speaking English with someone. Maybe you stumbled. Maybe you got a word wrong. But that moment, when you made an effort to communicate, was a moment of courage. It showed you that you have the ability to push through fear and do something new. Each time you try, you build your confidence, you grow your skills, and you become better. There will be moments of doubt, days when you feel like giving up, but in those moments, remember why you started. Remember the feeling you had when you first decided to learn English. It wasn't about being perfect. It was about growth. It was about the desire to be better. And no matter how hard the road gets, that desire will keep you going. One of the most touching parts of learning English is realizing that it's not just about you. It's about the people you connect with along the way, the teachers, the friends, the strangers who help you. Each person who shares a piece of their knowledge with you is a part of your journey, and as you learn, you'll also have the chance to help others along their path. This cycle of learning, sharing, and growing is what makes language so powerful. There's a quote that says, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." Learning English is like that journey. It's not about jumping from one level to the next in an instant. It's about taking small steps every day. Each step, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. And as you keep walking, you'll start to see the path more clearly. The most beautiful part of this journey is that you're never alone. Every person who learns English is on their own unique path, facing their own struggles. But we are all in this together. We share the same goal: to speak confidently, to understand, to connect. And when you look around, you'll realize that every step you take is a step forward for all of us. So, as you continue your journey, remember this: it's not about how fast you go. It's about how much you learn. It's about the effort you put in, the courage you show, and the progress you make. No matter where you are in your journey, know that you are moving forward. And one day, you'll look back and realize how far you've come. You'll realize that the struggle, the hard work, the small steps, all of it was worth it.